Once the customer has made the purchase, thank him or her and wish him well. You may try asking for referrals. Do you have any friends or family who might also like to buy one of these? So, but whatever you do, young people, just make sure that you keep it simple and straight to the point. So, in conclusion, don't oversell. You will put the people off. Close the sale as soon as you can. That is very, very important. Be alert for buying signals. For example, it does look good, or how much is it? Work out how you will ask for a sale, e.g., what color would you like? If the customer says no, explain other benefits and features so that you try and channel the customer to buy the product. If you meet refusal again, thank the customer for listening to you and leave. Don't neg the customer. Don't be discouraged by refusals. The more customers you contact, the more chance you have of selling. So the golden rules of selling are: number one, you need to be polite. Don't be too aggressive. Be enthusiastic. You don't want to seem like, I'm selling this. Just, show life so that the person is just happy to support you. Know your market and your products. Practice your selling skills. Point out the benefits to the customer. Don't take objections as refusals. Don't be too pushy, as this will just annoy the customer. You need to be very careful not to annoy the customer, because then at the end of the day, they'll not be in a position to buy your particular product. So on page 77, we now look at the sales packets. So you will use your sales packets to record transactions and to keep your sales money in. So below we have an example of sales record that must be filled in accurately each week before handing it to the sales manager. So you have your weeks, week 5 up to 10. You have stock sold in A, stock retained, and then stock held. Then you have the sales money, the invoices, the stock issued, and then the total for the sales. It's very, very important to keep records of this, because this will also help when it comes to your finances. So what is stock sold? This is the number of units you have sold. And then stock retained is now the number of unsold units you have returned to your sales manager. You need to make sure that you retain everything that has not been sold. Then stock held, those are units which you have not sold or received money and have not returned to your sales manager. Then we have the sales money, the total amount of money that is in your sales packets. Invoices and close. This is the number of invoices you have written out in that particular week. And then new stock issued. The number of units issued to you by your sales manager. The total for sale. That's the number of new units issued plus the number of unsold stock you have from previous weeks. This is very important to take note of. No stock is recorded as sold until the money has been received for it. Do not sell on credit. Only hand over goods once you have the money for it. Very, very important, because we have seen a lot of students being discouraged because customers are not paying them. They sold them the goods on credit. So it becomes very, very complicated. So you need to avoid credit as much as possible. So what is the invoicing procedure? An invoice is a record of sales. It shows what goods were supplied and at what price. It is therefore an important part of the records of a company. So as a company, you'll be given an invoice and a receipt book in which to record your sales. In a business, you have to issue an invoice and receipt for every sale that you make. For Eswatini purposes, we record our sales on our sales record. Thus, we do not necessarily need an invoice to be written out for every sale. It is important, however, that should a customer want a receipt, we must be able to issue one to them.